How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. I just ended a live stream now, finishing Joe Thompson's story. In this live stream, we will pop into lost letters. I don't know what to expect there, but we'll see. But guys, if you do like this, make sure to hit that like button and make sure to leave any comments down below. Let me know what your thoughts on this game was. It's not perfect, but yeah, it's okay. It keeps you busy. I'm enjoying playing this game, so. But yeah, if you also, guys, if you do like this live stream, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so you can get that notification when I go online. So yeah, guys, less talking. Let's see what the lost letters have for us.
In the news today, North Vietnam forces have stormed Saigon and captured the president of South Vietnam.
That's me, right there. That's my life. An utter mess. Foobar. Did I really think everything could go back to normal after the war? Well, it didn't. My wife won't even talk to me. My daughter hates me. Even the Navy wouldn't let me fly anymore. So one day, you know, I thought, if no one here understands me, what about in Vietnam? Crazy. You know the rest. And tune. I wrote a letter to a Vietnamese paper requesting help to find the man who shot me down on August 23rd, 1967. Why not contact one of the guys I shot down? Because we lost. That's why. Anyway, I didn't even think they'd publish my letter.
So, my response must have been quite a big surprise. Well, I did shoot down a phantom that day. I cannot be certain it was you, but I will gladly tell you about it. We were enemies then, but that is the past. Wayne Antoine, August 23rd, 1967.
Okay.
We had been preparing for action for months, keeping our MiGs out of combat, practicing new tactics, and studying American flight patterns. On August 23rd, 1967, we were ready at last. That day, you and your pilots entered our territory near Hanoi. We scrambled to our MiGs. The older MiG-17s approached you directly, while the MiG-21 interceptors stayed out of sight, gaining altitude. As the interceptors reached their position, above and beyond your planes, the MiG-17s launched their attack. That attack from the MiG-17s was the bait to split your formation, to separate the bombers from their escort. It worked. Your fighters were drawn away, leaving the bombers vulnerable to a greater threat.
Oh. So this is basically the Vietnamese campaign.
American aircraft inbound. Begin operation.
Would have been nice if they did it in Vietnamese, not English.
Almost empty.
Now, pull out. But make sure they can follow you. The phantoms are following us. It worked.
What? Did someone just fly into me now? The fuck, man?
Enemy fire!
I don't have much bullets left. Mission failed. Why is this so fucking difficult now?
I'm hit! The phantoms are following us. That's me. I'm being fired upon. Bombs are low. One less dead. I'm being fired upon. I messed up. Oh, that's it.
My fucking place doesn't work, so that's brilliant.
Enemy fire! Enemy fire! Enemy fire!
Fuck's sakes, man. And that one plane I cannot destroy. Oh my word. It says there on the map, pull back, throw the enemy fighters away. Mission failed. Fuck.
The Phantoms are following us. It worked.
Fuck's sakes. Look how easy that was now.
Dragonfly, the path is clear to the bombers.
I have him. GG's.
American aircraft had scattered. Some were shot down, others has retreated. But one Phantom still remained to challenge us. Why did he not run home like the others?
So, it really was you. I was the pilot of that last Phantom. Why did I not retreat? I saw one of the damaged Thunder Chiefs limping home. He must have taken a hit to the engine. Had I ran, your jets would have caught up with him. Well, not on my watch. I was the escort, right?
I admire such bravery. To stay in combat alone, knowing what would happen? Very noble.
Well, not really. You should know. During a dogfight, it gets very confusing. You lose track of friendlies. I didn't see any of ours go down. I figured everyone else had pulled back safely, and only this one guy took a hit. Truth is, after Operation Bolo, many of us started thinking you Vietnamese pilots were only good against slow bombers, that you couldn't handle real combat. So, you see, it wasn't about being noble. I just didn't think there was any risk.
Operation Bolo. If August 23rd was a disaster for you, how much more of a disaster was Operation Bolo for us? For years, we had struggled to make our mark, to prove to you that we meant business, as you Americans might say. We thought we had shown our worth.
All right.
Our Vietnamese People's Air Force had been gaining in strength for years. We went from operating only 2 training planes with a handful of men to multiple squadrons of jet fighters flown by experienced pilots ready to challenge the world's greatest military power. I was there from our first confirmed jet fighter kill, through the endless sorties and intercept flight, and during the setback, celebrating victories. We have much to be proud of, because in the end, the odds were never even. Our aircraft, we had many MiG-17, all outdated before they even arrived in Vietnam.
All pilot, incoming aircraft, expected target, Tan Hoa Bridge, scramble and intercept at all costs.
No, I don't want to withdraw.
They are running. The bridge is safe.
Beautiful dogfighter, the old MiG-17. I liked it better than any other plane. It handled well, and though its missile loadout was poor, I preferred to rely on guns anyway. That day, our guns scored the first kill against your jets, and it sent shockwaves through the world. The others got away, but we had won. Many other victories would follow.
GG's.
The MiG-21 was something different. It was high-tech, a fantastic interceptor. She did not handle as well as the 17s, but she was much faster. Had more missile too.
On interceptors, incoming bombers.
As good as the MiG-21s were, our allies could never deliver enough of them. We were vulnerable. January 2nd, 1967. Operation Bolo is what you Americans called it. As we had many times before, we intercepted a group of your bombers. Rouge. Instead of the cumbersome bombers, we were engaged by Phantom. Within minutes, I found myself gliding to the ground with a parachute.
Okay.
Antoon. I was there during Operation Bolo. I flew one of the Phantoms that day. Did I shoot you down? I see no way to be sure. We can only imagine. If I shot you down, then you shot me down. What a coincidence. It's just the fortunes of war, I guess. You win some, you lose some.
You could say, it makes us even.
Yes, even, but not the same. You said you wanted revenge? To win? To recover the lost honor of the VPAF? Well, Antoon, for me, it was the opposite. After August 23rd, I was a changed man. I lost confidence. For the first time, I seriously thought about my family's constant pleas to transfer back to the States. In the end, I stayed. I felt I had to do my duty to the very end. But the end? Well, I started to wonder what that end would be. Why did I have doubts? The military situation was fine. Our defeat was just a minor setback. So, what? A bruised ego? Looking back, it was being on the ground. The experience of being hunted, knowing that anyone I meet could kill me. Two things dawned on me. First, we could not win because your government would not stop. It dawned on me that no matter what, all we could do was make your people hate us more. Secondly, I simply realized that this was not a fair fight for which I was willing to lay my life on the line. That was not Korea, where every town and village we freed from the communists welcomed us, where the destruction we saw gave us one more reason to keep going. In Korea, victory seemed worth dying for.
You say you could not win. Maybe. But as long as you Americans were in Vietnam, we could not take a step forward. 10 years and not a step forward. We had our doubts too. We often wondered if the sacrifices would pay off. Until the news of the treaty, of the American withdrawal, many of us could not imagine victory. But afterwards, our great surge forward. March 1975, Hue falls, Da Nang falls. We knew now Saigon was within reach. The South did not welcome us as liberators. They fled from us. And it was this flood of refugees that destroyed the enemy army once and for all. With the roads jammed by refugees, the southern armies lost the freedom of movement. As the enemy collapsed, our agents grew more active. We had many of them, even officers in the enemy forces. Now at last, they could cross the lines and join us.
Flight of the Tiger.
On the 8th of April, as our forces pushed toward Saigon, I was summoned to an emergency briefing. The mission? Fly to Saigon and escort a South Vietnamese F-5E Tiger II back to our airfield. No explanation was given, and I knew better than to ask. It wasn't until the next day, when the story of our mission was published in our newspaper, that I found out. His name was Nguyen Thanh Trung.
Okay, that guy's definitely Vietnamese. The way you pronounce that name.
Nguyen Thanh Trung was already our man when he joined the VNAF. Now, a fully trained combat pilot, he decided it was time to bring his plane across the lines.
NG-243, launch!
What? Evade the other aircraft without attracting any suspicions, okay?
This is NG-243. I have engine trouble. Returning to bay.
Nguyen Thanh Trung only needed to evade enemy patrols and make it to our airfield. He chose to do more. He chose to bomb the presidential palace in Saigon.
Fuck!
I'm in now. That's a good strike.
I fucked that up properly.
The bombs caused minor physical damage, but their psychological impact, that was something else. Now Nguyen Thanh Trung only needed to escape. Easier said than done. The enemy were on high alert. We met up with Nguyen Thanh Trung, but he was not safe yet. The VNAF was in pursuit. It wasn't an easy mission for us. Protecting one VNAF F5 from other F5s with identical markings? Madness!
GG's.
That day was my final combat action against South Vietnam. Ours was an air force of fighter pilots. We simply had no capability for ground strike. But I did fly one more time over Saigon. The city surrendered on April 30th. With the next day being Labor Day, always a great celebration. It was doubly significant because of the previous day's victory. We organized a massive parade. Tanks, planes, even boats on the river. Between us, I think it was as much a celebration as a show of force to tell the hostile citizens of South Vietnam they must accept reunification. I was there, flying over the city. A beautiful sight. For the first time in months, no gunfire, no smoke.
So for you, the war was over on April 30th. Wow. We had officially withdrawn 3 years earlier. But in the end, my final combat action took place on May 15th, 2 weeks after the fall of Saigon finished the war for you. Tell me, did you ever hear of the Mayaguez incident? The afternoon of May 12th, we were called in for an emergency briefing. The last thing any of us expected was action, but there you have it. The Khmer Rouge had already captured several ships near the Cambodian coast, and we wouldn't have lifted a finger to stop them. But the SS Mayaguez was our ship. 40 American sailors, prisoners of a regime known for slaughtering its political opponents. Our imagination was running wild. There's more to it. A few years earlier, the North Koreans had captured the USS Pueblo, holding her crew for 11 months. Our inability to rescue those men was humiliating, but at least that was excusable, given North Korea's military strength. But now, just when Saigon had fallen, we were to suffer another humiliation, this time at the hands of Little Cambodia? Absolutely no way. So we went to work immediately. First task, stop the Mayaguez before it reached the shore. Then, drop troops on board and recapture the ship. Simple, right? happened that day? The Mayaguez was stopped by the Khmer Rouge Navy. Navy? A few swift boats is all they had, but it was enough. The captain had to surrender the ship, but managed to send out a mayday signal first. The hijacked ship was heading for the coast, and we had to stop them, without endangering the crew. Our orders? Fire guns all around the Mayaguez. Do not hit the ship. Would it work?
Fuck.
Three days later, there we were, still preparing for the rescue. Our first attempt was canceled after an accidental crash. The big question, was anyone still there to be rescued? We knew the Khmer had offloaded some of the crew to the island of Koh Tang, but we still had to check if anyone was left on board. A contingent of Marines was deployed in CH-53 choppers. Risky stuff boarding a ship from the air. To offer some cover, a wing of A-7s was dispatched with special tear gas bombs.
Fuck, I pressed the wrong one.
Our part was easy. We saturated the ship's decks with tear gas, and the Marines went in. One of our destroyers, the Harold E. Holt, was also approaching, ready to deploy additional boarding parties as soon as the Marines could secure a foothold.
Alright, oh there's a few seals I must get. Some Navy seals. Oh, deploy! I must bring them. I must take them there. Oh, this fucking chopper is so slow, man.
Successfully deployed to Mayaguez.
Boarding was a success, but no hostages on board. Now, it was time for the debacle. Even the Khmer, intimidated by our first round of air raids, had announced they intended to free the hostages. Our Marines were heading for the Koh Tang where we thought the crew was held. But we got overconfident. No way we'd have risked an airdrop in Vietnam without first suppressing ground fire.
Koh Tang. Okay. So basically this is what happened after the war. Let's put it this way, the side effects.
Big fireball!
Okay. Easy enough.
All units, our Marines will be overrun without reinforcements. Return and deploy E Company to the LZ.
Heavy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire! Knife's 21st engine has been destroyed. They are grounded. Knife 31 hit by RPG. They're on fire! RPG! RPG! This is Knife 32. We have been hit by RPG. Aborting, landing, and retreating. Repeat, we are aborting and retreating. This is Knife 23. We are down. I repeat, we are down. Send reinforcements. It's hot as hell down here.
All units, the Mayaguez crew has been released. Immediately cease all offensive actions. Disengage and withdraw. All reinforcements immediately retreat.
Okay. They just wasted my time. I wanted to land. Anyways.
Belay previous orders. Our Marines will be overrun without reinforcements. Return and deploy E Company to the LZ.
Fuck's sakes. Oh, GG's, mission completed.
So, your final battle was not against Vietnam, but against the Khmer Rouge. You could say, Joe, that we became comrades in arms by the end. I too fought against the Khmer Rouge. For us ordinary soldiers, who understood nothing of the greater politics, it was a bewildering turn of events. During the American War, the Khmer Rouge were our allies. We had been taught about the great alliance of all communist nations. The Soviet Union, the Chinese, Laos, Cambodia, everywhere, the communists were our friends. The moment Saigon fell, everything changed. Almost immediately, the Khmer Rouge started making hostile moves. In 1977, they launched an outright invasion. We pushed them back, marched almost all the way to their capital, and then withdrew. We wanted peace and negotiations, not war. And then China entered the equation. They claimed to mediate at the peace table, but in secret, they sent arms to Cambodia. Communist China, our ally. It is true for 1,000 years. China has often been an enemy of Vietnam, but we thought with communism, history was forgotten. Not so. History, it seems, never goes away. The negotiations came to nothing. Our country realized there was only one option left: overthrow the Khmer Rouge before their military could become strong enough to invade us again. But what would China do? The invasion started on December 25, 1978. You Americans celebrate a holiday that day, do you not? For us, it was the first day of a new conflict. Our forces pushed into Cambodia from the east. The Khmer Rouge forces, outmanned and outgunned, would not back down. It was a hard and brutal fight, but a short one. January 2nd, 1979 was a day I'll never forget. It was a long day, the last time we met Khmer MiGs in the air. My final aerial battle. And the day we broke their resistance, opening the way to Phnom Penh. That day, the VPAF performed many roles: fighter interceptions, bombing runs, troop transportation. You may find this surprising, but on that last day, I spent most of my time flying an American aircraft, one of our captured F-5 fighters.
Alright. Tiger. Sorry guys, I don't talk much.
Our
I am
forces were mirrored
concentrating
in
as
battle,
well.
perhaps 20 kilometers from Phnom Penh. It was our task to prepare the way for the final attack. First, we had to eliminate the Khmer Air Force.
That's it. Oh yeah, I'm good. Let's go on this.
Alright.
Our base almost empty.
That was close.
Destroying their MiGs was easy. Now it was time for our own MiGs to enter the action and hit the enemy's AA positions.
Holy shit. It's a lot. It's a lot of double A's.
Enemy fire.
At least we do manage to destroy some at least. This is gonna take some time.
This was the first and only time we ever attacked the train. Not an ordinary target. Many high-ranking Khmer Rouge officials were evacuating on the train, and we wanted them on trial. They had to be caught alive. Since we could not risk damaging the train itself, we would make it stop by hitting the bridge.
Alright. Where's the bridge? Talk to now. Oh, it's just one more hit.
I'm being fired on.
No!
almost empty.
Too late! They crossed the bridge!
Fuck's sakes. I almost had it.
With the bridge out of action, our helicopters entered the fight.
Deploy troops near the train and provide fire support. Okay. They're fucking me up, eh? Ouch. Come on, you almost have them. Get out. Get the other chopper.
The train, we later found out, was taking important Khmer Rouge officials out of the city, escaping towards the west. They did not escape. Now it was time to head to ground troops and get ready for the big push.
Provide close air support for ground troops. Shit, there's a lot. Shit. Nah, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Now this fucking thing is fucked also. Now it's pretty cool. Mind you, I managed to destroy quite the fucking lot there, hey? You're not giving me a chance here. I fucking press the buttons, everything. And fuck all. I'm playing this, that I can tell you. There's no way I'm gonna make it with 3 fucking % health. How am I still fucking flying? I just wanted to say now. Like, what the hell? Anyways, now there's people fucking making a shitload of noise. Get up! Oh, Jesus. I'm just gonna crash this thing too. Okay. There goes the fucking chopper. Not all ground targets are out yet, which is fucking nice. I don't know. I don't know.
Enemy fire!
As soon as I fucking stand still, I'm having problems here.
Enemy fire pun!
Sorry about that. I should actually just take them down in a line. Instead.
Enemy fire pun!
Fuck all, fuck. I'm gonna start at a point. And work myself in. There's another one just here. Fuck. This thing doesn't want to turn. This is so fucking bad. Jesus. I didn't take out one. Not one. Yeah, I'm fucking it up. I see, this is the only fucking way to get through this now. Fly through everything. Progress, but the problem I have now is fucking rockets, man. I don't have rockets. I'm out of rockets. So I'm gonna fail this again. Why is this so fucking insanely difficult? Okay, it looks promising now. Alright. Still not here. Okay.
Enemy fire! My bullets full of holes!
Shit. You see now I'm fucked, eh? I'm at land. Quickly, I don't want to fail this. Holy shit.
This attack of the Khmer Air Force took us by surprise. With their main base out of action, where had they come from? No matter, they had to be dealt with.
Oh, I took down 2 of them now. GG's.
A month later, Vietnam suffered another invasion. The Chinese attacked in retaliation for the overthrow of their Cambodian allies. Fortunately, it was a short-lived war, and most of our pilots, myself included, never had to fight again. I remained in the Air Force for another 5 years until I retired. This was the most beautiful period of my life. Training new pilots, flying over Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi in yearly victory celebrations, flying for pleasure.
Back in the States, I trained pilots too. We have that in common. I wanted to fly for as long as they'd let me, which was not long. They made me retire in 1977. They didn't like my bitter attitude. Was I supposed to be happy? I had a family before Vietnam, but afterwards, my wife wanted nothing to do with me. My daughter, Antoon, my daughter, would sooner shake your hand than mine. But the war is over. Antoon, I fought. I had always thought I was fighting for the good of Vietnam. I had no hatred for you. I know you have no hatred for Americans either. We fought each other. We were enemies. Now, it is behind us. I'm an old man now, and I'm dying. There's cancer eating me up. If there's one thing I'd like to do before I die, it's to meet the man who shot me down and be able to call him my friend.
Joe, I would be very happy to meet you indeed. You are welcome in Vietnam. Less than a year after his meeting with Nguyen An Thuan, on January 27, 1993, Joe died of cancer at the MCAS Miramar Hospital. There was no last-minute reconciliation with his family. He died alone. But on the hospital admission form, he gave his next of kin as Nguyen An Thuan, 17 Zai Phong Street, 423-232 Nam Dinh, Nam Dinh Province, Vietnam.
Well. I guess that's it, guys. We finished the game. It was good. Storylines, everything popped in place properly. So, and it was nice. This final part I was doing now on this live stream. But anyways, that seems to be it for Egg Conflicts. I'm actually quite happy about it because I do want to continue on with some other games. But don't get me wrong, I did enjoy this game. It was fun. I honestly said as well, I would prefer playing Pacific Assault over this one. I found Pacific Assault a bit more challenging and a bit more fun. But anyways, guys, that's it for Air Conflicts Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you do, or if you did enjoy this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to hit that like button as well, guys. And on my side, guys, thanks for your support, and I hope to see you guys next time in another game. So but yeah, that's it for Air Conflicts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.